nights in high school football. You back in the day at Hoover High, right?
I was back in the day at Hoover High. I went to a lot of games for the Bucks back then.
Thompson High School, right?
Thompson for me.
Prattville for me.
We won some football games between the three of us.
What powerhouses.
I got state championship. I don't want to get into all that. Yeah, several of us. But we do have a lot to talk about in our forecast. Check out what's happening over downtown Birmingham. It's a great evening. And if you are headed out to catch a football game, no problems around the city. And there's some blue sky making it through. But look at the temperature, 85, or actually 80 degrees with the heat index at 85. So it feels much stuffier outside because of the humidity we have in place. Here's our Storm Track hour by hour forecast, and if you are going out for whatever reason, maybe the football game, you'll see temperatures are going to continue to go down through the 70s through 9 o'clock and then eventually down into the low 70s, but mostly cloudy. And take a poncho or a light or small umbrella just in case, just to make sure, because we still have scattered showers through the area. Most of these have been pushing through Shelby and now southern Talladega counties, and there's a batch of showers that's actually bearing down on Roanoke as we speak. Milltown, you'll see this batch of thunder showers as well in about 7 to 8 minutes, and then eventually it will be over into Georgia. Now, this is a pretty healthy batch of thunderstorms now moving through southern Shelby County, and it's going through Columbiana right now. You'll see back over towards Wilsonville. Look at all of that cloud-to-ground lightning. Please take that very seriously. Don't go outside if this line of storms is approaching you. You'll see our times here. Sylacauga, it will arrive in about 18 minutes, and then eventually it will hopefully start to rain itself out. And we haven't talked about the tropics, it seems like, for years. We've been so fortunate that there's just not any big storm that we've had to at least talk about that affected our region of the country. Now, this could be the game changer. We'll see. This is Hurricane Danny, a Category 3 hurricane, winds at 115 miles per hour. It's a monster, and it will continue to track towards the west-northwest. Here are the forecast models. This is what we call a spaghetti plot because it looks like the pasta. But overall, it is a very consistent pattern, which would take it into places like Puerto Rico, as well as the northern Caribbean. If that happens, that will have an impact on the storm and its strength. But the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center still has this thing moving through northern portions of the Dominican. Now, that is Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We're talking a number of days out, 5 days at least. But if it continues on that track, then we've got a real issue. This is a very healthy area of low pressure, and if it gets in the right environment, it could start to prosper and certainly strengthen. But we're going to have a trough that develops across the Ohio Valley as we get into next week, so that could help to steer the storm up the Atlantic coast. Storm Track Futurecast, pretty quiet for tonight. Again, don't rule out that stray shower. Forecast models struggle with those and will continue to. During the day tomorrow, though, we start out with a few scattered showers around Hamilton, back to Double Springs, and then by lunch around Birmingham, a few thunder showers. Those will stretch up 59. The coverage becomes a little more widespread during the afternoon, and then that will start to wrap up tomorrow evening. Then, watch this. Here's a healthy boundary which will move in. That will be overnight Saturday night into early Sunday. So, again, we've got another shot at some rain in here by Sunday afternoon especially, but for those of you in our north and west counties, that will be early in the morning on Sunday. Here's your Storm Track 7-day. You'll see the rain chances go down, and it's hard to believe this is August, but 83 will be the high on Wednesday with lows into the upper 50s and low 60s. That's feeling more like fall.